Hey y'all, Cam Walker, Texas agent here. For this episode of Meet the Hill Country, we are in Spring Branch, Texas, and we are exploring the Anhalt Dance Hall, which is one of the oldest dance halls in Texas, a venue with an amazing history and some beautiful architecture. We're here today listening to some live music that's some old school country. Looking forward to dancing with my husband, enjoying the day with friends and family, and sharing with you guys a little bit about the dance hall. To understand the history of the Anhalt Dance Hall, we have to go all the way back to October of 1875. This is when the Germania Farmer Verein, or German Farmer Club, was first organized. It was a group of men who came together to try to come up with a solution on how to eliminate or at least minimize the cattle rustling problem. Now, the solution they came up with was actually a club brand. Kind of told the cattle rustlers, leave these cows alone because there's a whole group of men who are looking after them, not just one. Now, fast forward a couple years, they turned their focus to improving the livestock and crops, as well as having some social festivals. So the Verein purchased some land from George Krause for their headquarters, and the first hall was built in February of 1879. This first hall measured 26 feet by 34 feet. It was erected by Franz Urban for the total cost of $344. Doesn't sound like a whole lot of money today, but back then, that was a lot of money. As they started to grow, they realized they needed to expand the hall. So another 26-foot by 60-foot section was built and connected to the original structure. This add-on area is now the present-day seating area inside the hall. 2 years later, in 1889, they built an outhouse within the vicinity of the hall. And then more additions came in 1891. The biggest addition, however, came in 1908. This is when Chris Henry was contracted to build the 6,000 square foot oak dance floor. This addition cost $2,512.37. Again, doesn't sound like a whole lot of money, especially when you walk through here, and it's a beautiful dance floor. But when you look up and you see the architecture, you see these amazing arches, it blows me away. The pictures you're seeing on this video just don't do it justice. You really need to go visit the dance hall and just see the amazing architecture. They kept adding on. In 1924, the stage was added. In 1951, for their 75th anniversary party, they added on the beer garden and the saloon. In 1953, a kitchen was added on. And then finally, the last addition was in 1994. A lean-to was added on the outside, on the south side of the building, to kind of give an outdoor seating area. Now, when you think about back in the day when they used this hall for the Mayfest after the spring planting and Oktoberfest after the fall harvest, it was quite an ordeal for families and for the community to come together for these events. Sometimes it was a full day of travel and the families would stay overnight before traveling home. So you can still see a section which was where the kids were put down to bed for the night while the parents continued to celebrate. Another thing you'll see are the signs that talk about no indecent dancing, no shorts on the dance floor, a couple of other signs. And it was noted in 1959 that 2 women had danced in the hall in shorts and that it was a disgrace and should be forbidden. Those signs still hang today, which cracks me up. What amazes me about this building is in the late 1800s, it was a place for a community to come together to celebrate spring plantings and fall harvest. And today it is still here. It is still being used for bringing the community together. Anhalt continues to have events. They continue to have dances. You can rent it out for a wedding. I'm telling you, this dance floor is over 100 years old, but it is very well seasoned and very easy to dance on. And we're gonna check some of that out next.
Love you.
So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed getting a little bit of the history of the dance hall, seeing a tour, seeing some of the architecture, listening to the bands. I'm gonna go back inside and dance with my husband a little bit more and spend some time with friends and family. Until I see you again, have a wonderful week.